So for number 2, it says, for what value of x is a matrix not invertible? And for this one, all you need to know is the definition of an invertible matrix. So there's something called a determinant that you can find in a matrix that looks like this, that's 2 by 2. And if that determinant is equal to 0, then the matrix is not invertible. But if it's not, and it's equal to something else, then it is invertible. So all you want to find is which one, A, B, C, D, will make the determinant equal 0. That's what we're looking for. So let's talk about how to find this determinant. So basically, say you have a matrix, and we'll just put A, B, C, and D as our numbers. So basically, the determinant, and we, by short, we just put DET. The determinant of this matrix A, all you do is say A times D minus C times B. That's how you figure out what the determinant is. If that determinant is not equal to 0, then you have an invertible matrix. That just means you can find the inverse. But if the determinant is equal to 0, you cannot find the inverse, and that means it's not invertible. So we're going to figure out which one of those answer choices will we plug into that matrix, and it's going to give us 0. That's going to be our answer. So again, there's many ways that we can approach this. We can either kind of just eyeball it and plug in these values. Like say we wanted to just check 0 real quick. We could just say, okay, 1 times 6, 6 minus 0, that's going to give us 6. So we know that 0 is not the answer. We could plug in 2 real quick. We can say 1 times 6 is 6 minus 4 times 2, which is 8. That will give us a -2. So we know that's not the answer either. So we can plug in -3 and -3 over 2 and 3 over 2. And we'll pretty much have our answer pretty quickly. Another way we can do it, though, is we can just do the determinant with the x and then just solve for x and figure out which one of our answers we get. I think that's the safest way to do it, just because you kind of got a double barrier to check your answer. So when you do that, you end up with 1 times 6, which is 6, minus 4 times x, which is 4x, equals 0, because we're trying to figure out which one of those answer choices is going to give us 0. And if you add 4x to both sides, you end up with 6 equals 4x. And if you divide both sides by 4 to get x by itself, you end up with 6 over 4, which simplifies to 3 over 2. And that is one of our answer choices. So even if you just needed to make sure, you needed to plug in A just to make sure it didn't work or whatever, you totally could. But that's how you do that one.